What makes a good TTRPG player? The answer might not be that complicated. I started writing this video in the hope of making a list of tips and habits to take into consideration when playing an investigative game such as Call of Cthulhu. Be proactive, work as a team, take notes, and etc, etc. But if I'm being honest, these just seem like advice on common courtesy when playing a game. They are important. I mean, respecting others around you and practicing manners is always important in any social setting. But does that make you a good player? Or does that just make you a good person who's playing a game with other people? Rather than rehashing these examples and pretending I came up with them all by myself, I couldn't help wondering what all these examples of good player habits all had in common. So, if I could offer one piece of advice to both old and new players of Call of Cthulhu, or indeed any TTRPG with mysteries to solve, stories to unfurl, and puzzles to crack, it would be this. Always be curious. If this sounds really obvious when it comes to playing an investigative game, then yeah, that's kind of the point. Whether you're playing as police detectives scanning for evidence in a crime scene, jungle exploring adventurers discovering the lost secrets of an ancient tomb, or you're innocent victims trying to escape a bloodthirsty creature, your characters are always looking for answers, always digging just for a glimpse of the greater picture that will forever lie beyond. What's more, being curious doesn't just apply to investigative games. I can't tell you the number of times I've seen opportunities open up to players simply by them asking the GM questions about the world they're running, or them daring themselves to explore just a little bit more of the dungeon. And finally, just to really get my point across, this behaviour is great from a GM's perspective. Imagine one of your players actively taking time identifying the monster instead of rushing straight into its den. How good would it feel knowing that your players are curious about your adventure? You might even reward them for their efforts, such as giving them hints to a monster's weakness, or clues of the location of a treasure the monster has hid in its den. So, yeah, that's it. That's my one piece of advice to all players who want to get the most out of a TTRPG. Ask questions, take your time, and always be curious. Thanks for watching.